Good morning, friends. Okay, so today's video is going to be hooking up brand new power to the well system from running it from the breaker inside the house, the panel inside the house. And what had happened, what they did originally is, let me show you, they took and ran the well wire, this little wire right here, they ran this straight up into this breaker box that goes to the meter. So everything's always hot and you can only shut it off by the breaker that's inside here. And then let me show you the other piece real quick. Okay, and then over here we have, this is the breaker box for the actual well. Here's the breaker, here's the pipe that everything's tied into. And then what they had done is actually the power for the well comes up through here into this pressure switch and then out of here and into the box. They also decided to take this nasty little extension cord that you see right here, and they wired this also into the pressure box to allow to have, let me show you, to have outlets running over here to this box. So all this is going to be done brand new, and here's the system. We are looking into getting 2 new tanks, but everything else is pretty much new. And let me show you what parts I've got for the brand new project. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying I'm not an electrician. I've done a lot of research, talked to a lot of people, got a good parts list, and I'm just doing this as not a certified electrician. So let me show you what parts that I've got for this. Okay, so this is the box. This is a 30 amp disconnect AC box for this, and it's the fusible, so it's got 2 fuses in it. I have a couple 90s, a coupling. Here's the fuses for that. This is what I'm using. Here's the breaker that's going to be going inside, 20 amp breaker for going inside of the house and the panel. I've got a couple of these connectors for the flex pipe so that I can run the 120 box off of it, which is right here. All weatherproof everything. I'll be running this off of it. That way there's an actual outlet instead of just hooking on a extension cord. Here's another box. Over here I've got some irrigation parts because while the water is down, because we have no water, I'll be running off 2 more hose bibs off of 2 different areas in the yard. That way we have more access to water here. And yeah, that's pretty much the parts. And what we've gotten so far over here is I got 9 sticks of 10-inch foot conduit, and this is number 12 wire right here. So this wire, we've already got all the wire run through this pipe, because where it's going to be going, here's David. Hi, David. Over here, it's actually got to go through this jungle, underneath this entire mobile home here. It's going to go up through here because the box is in here, and obviously the house has been affected by Hurricane Irma. So we will be working through that, but I'm going to take you through the steps of what I'm going to be doing. So right now we're going to be putting all this conduit with wire in it underneath of the house all the way to the well, to the panel box. And then soon I'll be showing you, I've got to actually shut down the main breaker on the pole, cut those wires, and abandon the line that goes out there. That way I'll be able to work on everything safely. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've already crawled under the house, and I got a little bit of dirt right here. I got some dirt on my knees, not too bad. And it had to come all the way from back there, and it was really nasty under there. And then we pushed it, and now the pipe is to where we need it. So now the next step is going to have to be disconnecting the power from the box. So wish me luck. Alright guys, so here is the final test. I'm going to shut off the breaker and cut the wires. And I'm scared. I'm really scared. Okay, so that should have everything off. Hoping so. And now I need to cut these wires. I'm scared. I'm really scared. Okay, there's one. Here's 2. Here's 3. And the ground. Woo! So there's the wire. And I need to pull this back through the box. Somehow. Ugh. Okay, I got the wire loose. Just gonna kind of keep that stuff away from each other and away from the box lid. Not touching anything. And now the fun part, I'm gonna turn it back on. I'm scared. Okay, it's on. Let's go find out if everything in the house works now.
Those are still live wires?
Hell yeah, they are. I'm gonna have to do something about that. In the box, they're live. I'm gonna have to cap them. I don't know.
Why didn't you cap them while?
Because I'm scared. I'm gonna have to turn it back off anyways again. Okay. Okay guys, here's the mess I pulled out. Here's the old box, the wire, whole lot of crap I found down in the ground. I've now disconnected the extension cord that was right here on the pressure switch. I will be removing all of this also after I install the box. The box is now gone. Here was the wire coming up to feed it power. Here was the ground rod right here. Here's some more stuff that I will be working with. And my lovely assistant has been digging all through here to bury this down some because we walk through these areas. And yeah, I'll fill you in after I get some stuff connected. Okay, so far I've got the line coming up through this conduit, and I'm hoping this is right. I've got both hots on the outside and then the grounded in, and now I'm getting ready to take all this apart right here on the pressure switch, take out these 2 wires, and then be putting the correct connectors, new wire, new flex, and then feeding it over into the inside. And then I'm thinking it's going to go on the middle 2 screws right there. So let's see. Okay, so now I've got my 90-degree connector right here. The wires are these 2 new ones in here, and then I grounded that out. I don't like this whole setup here. I wish I would have taken care of that. And then this comes into over here. I've got that connection. And then inside of the box, I've got the 2 outside wires incoming hot. The 2 inside wires are going out hot. And then both are grounded. And then I also found this grounding rod that was in here, this piece of copper. So I also fed that through the bottom hole and grounded that to the box also. And now I'm going to be getting ready to put in the 120 20 volt plugs for the outlet. So I'll show you that. Okay, so now I've got most of all the wires connected. I'm hoping I've got the correct ones. And then out of this box, I have this outlet right here that opens up to a GFI right here. And I'm hoping that I've connected all that correctly. And next I will be putting the fuses in, putting the lid back on the pressure switch box, and then going to finish up all the work that's being done inside in the panel in the house, and putting that breaker on, crossing my fingers and hoping for power. Okay, so now got the conduit, we've got the 90 on here, the coupling, and this pipe over here actually goes to my 5th wheel. So out in the country, this is how we do it. We just stick the wire up through the house, through the hole, and put some electrical tape around it instead of putting the entire pipe up there. So I'll do the same, feed the wire inside of the hole in the house and electrical tape the top so no water gets in it. And I'll show you the inside of the panel box whenever we get there. I also wanted to show you that I added a ball valve and a hose bib. I did 2 of these on some of the house, other sides of the house. That way we have 3 areas to have water come from during this installation process. Okay, so it's the next day, and last night it came down to turning on the breaker, and guess what? Nothing happened. So we were still out of water, couldn't figure out why. And then today, the next day, we actually had a guy come over to check out. I did not have a meter to test any of the power, so he came over. We went through process of elimination, and he checked out the breaker. That was good. And then all the other areas were good. And there's been somebody waiting to meet you guys, and this was my assistant for the day. So let me show you. This is Donna Lynn. This is my mother. She was over here and she got to dig all the trenches along all here, help pull all the wire, put it under the house, and we have been working on this project together. So thank you, Donna. So over here we have the box, everything checked out great. I wired up the box correctly, the plug correctly, the pressure switch correctly. What happened and what we found out with having the guy come over and check the power was the stuff I did brand new was great, but the wires, these wires coming from the well, were no longer good anymore. So there was no power to the actual well. So for temporary right now, we took extension cords and wired them in right here, and then we had to run it all the way out through the yard and then wire it straight into the well, and then that way we have power now. So we've got power everywhere, which now means that everything is going to have to be done brand new. So we're going to run power, brand new wires coming off of the pressure switch to the actual well, and then the whole system will be brand new. So yeah, the breaker inside, everything went really well with that. I just have to fold up a couple of things to finish up the project. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. If you liked this video and it was helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos to Stepping Stone, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.